So here's our incredibly sweet rear set. Goes over the axle there, and it mounts just like this. Well, I remember that I had to remove this whole contraption to get the motor out. So I'm gonna put the motor in first before I do all this. But then I'm gonna have to put some spacers, build some spacers for this custom work, which is no big deal. But I gotta put the motor in first, so rewind.
Sphinxter blowing party, yeah!
I'm happy to report I did not blow my sphinxter muscle out. I just discovered something sweet. The rear sets actually come with spacers. Perfect spacers for fitment. Pull that sucker out of there. Right rear set, spacer. Oh, come on. Spacer. Spacer. Tight spacer. Gotta be careful with this. Here's our old stuff. What I need to do is pull all this off of there. This master cylinder, because I need it. Alright, that's all I needed. Alright, you see what I did here? I mounted that rear. You can just visually look, check it out. Set up real nice. I just have to put some Loctite on these. Then we'll be ready to slide this sucker in. This side's just gonna be like, kind of like, I'm not gonna hook up all the shifting and stuff until I got the rear wheel and everything on. I just need to make sure I get it mounted. That went so dang perfect. Got everything just kind of mocked up. I gotta put this shock in. Let me show you that shock. This thing's sweet. Look at that sucker. I think I already showed it to you, but that's gonna go in here. Right in there. So let's do that, and then I'll get the rear wheel on, the new brake system, lift it up, and then we'll start working on the shift linkage and the clutch and all, and the brake, the rest of this brake setup, things like that. Dang, it's got the adjustable knob too. Perfect. So I had to get creative because the swing arm's like a little higher. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Had to get a little creative. This thing's hanging off the side so I can get the wheel on. Oh yeah, a couple things. Here's our old rear brake setup. Here's our new one. Brembo. Billet. Super sweet. And here's our old sprocket. Here's our new one. I gotta pop that sucker on there. There's the new one. This time I Loctite. I Loctite all the bolts. This sprocket is so much heavier than that sprocket. One of the best upgrades you can do is chain and sprockets, because it's lighter rotating mass. Actually, if you get lighter wheels, that's even better. But yeah, that should make a pretty big difference. So remember, I'm painting this wheel, but I'm just gonna mock it up, make sure everything works. Sorry, these planes are so loud in the background. Oh, did I look like a monkey screwing a football? Sure felt like it. So here's the exact reason why I mocked this up, because once I tightened it down, the wheel wouldn't spin because the caliper actually needs to be spaced. You see that gap there? I just loosened that up. So basically I need to put some spacers in there so that we're golden. That's what we want. Nice and easy. Not dragging. Got the correct spacers in between there. So we're good. We got to get dialed into the blue steel braided line. Here's something else that needs to happen. Need a bigger brake disc, because these pads are only squeezing down half of it, which would be better anyway. So I'll get a bigger brake disc. Well, actually I already have one. I'll use this one. Floating rotor in the back. I'll have to double check that that's going to work. That's a 220 millimeter. I don't know what size this is. It might just need a 200 millimeter, so we'll see what happens. Damn, now my caliper won't fit. Dang, look at that. That looks good too. So 220 rotor, Adeline support, billet aluminum. Everything's dialed in, like Brembo brakes. Now we can put the chain on. We gotta do my fat gold chain. We gotta do the gold chain for sure. What is this? Wrong chain. It's a 428. Damn. Wrong chain. Dang, you guys. I ordered a 428 chain. It's a 420 chain. So I ordered that. We'll get that ordered and I can finish up the chain and sprockets. But we made some good progress. A couple days later, 420 chain. Gold. RK. Nice chain. So we'll get this on here. I need a 420 sprocket. Son of a gun. This rear sprocket's a 420. Works out just perfect. So I'll get a 16 tooth 420 sprocket. My lord. Since that was a goose egg, let's move on. So since I'm not using the provided wiring harness and I'm using ours, I need to match these plugs up so I can plug those right into there. To do that, what I'll probably end up doing is I've got the old motor over here. I'm gonna just pull those out of there and do the swap. That'll make life easy. I don't know if we're gonna lose oil or not. If it was the other motor, we would not lose oil. But this one, I'm not sure if it has oil inside it. So keep that underneath there. Let's see if oil comes out. Nope, it's dry. Be careful with the brand new gasket. Here we go. Oh man, 2, 4, 6 coil stator. We need like an 8 coil stator for this EFI. That's not very promising. I need to get this stator made with more coils. The exact same thing. Maybe I'll do that. I still want to test to see if it's going to work because we have LED taillights and LED headlights. But that is not promising. And I kind of knew that going in because I've got my street cub I've been dealing with. But that kind of confirms it. So the idea is I'm going to pull this out of here, put the one from the other motor in, and that way they match up to the plugs. Makes life a little easier. I'm best just switching this whole damn thing out with the other stator. I got everything in there as it should be. Just have to put these little wires back the way they were. I'll take a picture for that so I know. Matches. So this is our neutral switch here, and our other one has first neutral, second, third, fourth for the speedometer. At the gauge shows that. And we're gonna make that work. So got my impact screwdriver here. When I do that, it's pushing and spinning at the same time. So it's a pretty nifty little tool to have. Let's see if we can pop this out. There we go. Pop this one in there. Impact screwdriver, red Loctite. Give it a little hammer, then it pushes in and turns at the same time. Alright, now I can start putting it all back together. It's all in. The old engine was a 4-speed, this is a 5-speed, so I don't really think that's going to work, but I just wanted to at least get close. It's better than just having only the neutral working. I mean, I guess I can go back. Now, I can plug these in as if it was the original motor. I did a ton of the boring stuff that no one wants to watch off cam that took a lot of time. Ran the power wire for the starter, ran the cable and the setup for the carburetor, ran the clutch cable and the spark plug wire. Everything is ready except for the exhaust. I'll explain that in a little bit. I'm gonna keep cranking on this sucker. I gotta get a few things ordered. I got a few things going on the back end. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the little blue bell that's right on the side so you can get notified when new videos come out. And I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video.